Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union of Thomas and Virginia in holy matrimony. We come together before God to recognize and celebrate the sacred love and dedication shared between them. In the time that Thomas and Virginia have spent together, they've built a strong foundation for a lifelong relationship. May we all remember and cherish this precious ceremony, for on this day, with love, we bind Thomas and Virginia together. As we celebrate the love that Thomas and Virginia have for one another, I ask you to bring to mind the most profound or inspiring statement you've ever heard about love. But allow me to share familiar words of love that I find inspiring and uplifting. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have eternal life. For God did not come into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through Him. So let's take a few moments to reflect on the attributes of love that are expressed within these verses. First, we see that love is active and sacrificial. Love is not merely a feeling or emotion, but it involves action. God gave His only Son, Jesus Christ. God gave us what was most precious to Himself, a clear demonstration of sacrificial love. Second, we see that love is unconditional. God loved the world, which includes everyone in it, and His love is offered to all, regardless of our worthiness to receive it. Third, we see that love is forgiving and has a purpose. God did not send Christ to condemn the world, but to save it, demonstrating God's willingness to forgive and offer salvation. Fourth, God didn't just love the world. He so loved the world. That simple word emphasizes the greatness and magnitude of God's love. His love is not just strong, deep, and wide, but it's also vast, powerful, and all-encompassing. So much so that God was willing to sacrifice His Son, and Christ was willing to die in order to save the world. Finally, because Christ is eternal, love, true love, is eternal and enduring. Thomas and Virginia, my desire is that you will reflect often on this day and be inspired by these attributes of God's love. I want you to strive with all your heart to employ God's type of love in your own lives and seek to share it with others in meaningful and transformative ways. Under the eyes of God, Thomas, do you take Virginia to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Under the eyes of God, Virginia, do you take Thomas to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
By the power given to me by the state of North Carolina, which is minimal, I now pronounce you, Thomas and Virginia, as husband and wife. Thomas, you may kiss the bride.